So finding a comfortable seat. And aware of the space around you and bringing in the periphery, the sides of the room or the outside space. And then when you close your eyes, you can still have that. So with my eyes closed, I'm still feeling all around me. I'm still aware of the periphery. And just realizing there's nowhere to get, nothing to achieve. Just allowing the body to be here. Knowing it's safe to turn inwards. So again, feeling the contact with the ground. And the weight of the body. And aware of the simple rhythm of your breath. You don't need to breathe in any special way. Just notice how the breath is already happening. Without any effort on your part. And perhaps when you sit, as you sit here, you can sense a quiet aliveness that is already present and that doesn't need anything to add to it, and it's not missing anything. There's something there that we can tune into that is already perfect, present, alive, always there. And now gently bringing to mind once more a person or a place or a moment where love feels easy. It could be something very simple like a friend or a pet or a memory of being in nature. Or even just a feeling of warmth, of ease. See if it can be something that doesn't require effort or hardly any effort. And as you bring this to mind, just noticing what happens in the body. And whatever happens in the body is just what it is. So perhaps does the breath change? Perhaps even slightly. Does the chest perhaps soften some? Or the face? Maybe the belly? Just noticing. You're not trying to create anything. If nothing happens, that's okay too. It's just about recognizing what's already there when love feels natural. And then staying here for a few breaths. Letting the body remember this openness, this ease, this sense of connection that doesn't have to be earned. We don't need to do anything for it. And now very gently allowing that image or feeling to fade into the background. And instead, bring to mind a situation where something in you tends to close one more time. Keep it light, manageable, not overwhelming. Just a moment from daily life, maybe a conversation or a pattern, a situation where you notice yourself tightening some or pulling back. And as you sense into this, notice what happens in the body now. Sensing into the closing, what happens in the body. Perhaps the breath becomes a little shorter. Maybe there's a tightening around the diaphragm or the waist. Maybe the jaw clenches or the shoulders lift up just that little bit. Or just a sense of holding perhaps or withdrawing. Or maybe just going a little numb. And there's no need to fix this. This is simply what the body does when it feels it needs to protect. And let it be exactly as it is. So feel the sensations, let go of the story. Just noticing this gently. And now notice the awareness that is noticing this closing. Yeah. So there's something that's aware of the opening and there's something that's aware now of the closing. That is not closed. So even as the body tightens, something is aware. Something is still open enough to notice what is happening. And can you rest as that? Not trying to change the experience, but really allowing it to be held in awareness. Going back to what do we do when we're overwhelmed? This is it. Can you grow bigger and hold it in awareness? Can you be aware of awareness? And then everything becomes easier to be with. And now very softly, just a small shift, not to force openness, but to stay just a little more. Just feel the breath again. And feel the body again, even if it feels contracted. Can you stay present with the body for one more breath? And this is the practice. Not opening by force, but not abandoning yourself either. Just staying with kindness, with some curiosity, and with that small willingness to be there or to be here. With the feeling, with the tightness, with the sensations. And if a thought arises, let it be there. And if there is resistance, let that be included. And if there is a voice that says, I really don't like this, or I really want this to be different, that too is part of all of this. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Nothing. And perhaps sensing this possibility that love is not only in the open moments, but also here, in the willingness to stay present with what feels difficult, perhaps painful. And then taking a slightly deeper breath. And as you exhale, see if there's even 1% more space around what you are feeling. And not by effort, but really just by allowing, because we allowed. And now, letting go of any specific situation, returning to the simple experience of sitting here, breathing, being, breath. Maybe that feeling of aliveness. Again, everything included. Whether there's openness or contraction or ease or difficulty. All of it held in this wider awareness. And once more, maybe you can sense that this awareness itself does not need anything to change. This awareness itself is already open, already allowing, already intimate with life as it is, not as you would like it to be. This is where sometimes love hides. So rest here for a few moments. And as we come towards the end, Gently noticing the body again. The room you are in, the Zoom room that we share, the sounds around you, and there's nothing here. And there's nothing that you need to carry forward from this place perfectly. All right? You will forget again. You will close again. And each moment that you notice, that's a return. That's love. And remember the practice. Noticing, feeling, body, breath, energy, staying with kindness, without a need to fix and without a need to change. Really holding space for yourself, for the feelings. So taking one more slow, deep breath, maybe stretch out. And then if the eyes aren't open yet, you can allow them to open.